Okay, pre-cal students, in this video, we will be finishing up chapter 14 by spending 2 days on word problems from this chapter, okay? 2 days. In today's video, we will be modeling certain situations by using inequalities. We will, in some cases, that should be in, we will, in some cases, graph these inequalities, okay? So go ahead and copy down today's heading, please. Today's heading is Chapter 14 Word Problems. Chapter 14 Word Problems, and be sure and include today's date. Alright, be sure and include today's date. Now, moving on, we're going to work on this word problem. There's really no need for you to copy this problem down. Instead of writing this problem down, I would encourage you to put this in your notes. Page 863, example number 8. 863, example number 8. And then if you want to turn your books, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to, okay? It's right here in front of you, but at least you won't have to copy all of these words down if you'll just make note that this problem comes from page 863, number 8. Okay, here we go. The minimum daily requirements from the liquid portion of a diet are, now these are the requirements, okay? So here's your diet. Take some really good notes on this, students. Your diet requires what? 300 calories. 26 units of vitamin A. 90 units of vitamin C. So there we go. Now, think about this, guys. Drink X gives you 60 calories. 12 units of vitamin A. And 10 units of vitamin C. Okay? Drink Y. 1 cup of drink Y gives you 60 calories. 6 units of vitamin A and 30 units of vitamin C. Okay? Now, here's what I want you to do. When you're working out these kinds of problems, it helps if you pull all the information out of the word problem in kind of like a chart or a listing type of setup, so you can see the information a little better. This really helps. Now I want you to set up a system of inequalities that describes how many cups of each drink should be consumed each day to meet the minimum daily requirements for calories, okay? So let's go ahead and slide this over here. Get a little bit of room. Slide this over here. And slide this over here, okay? Now, let's start off with calories, okay? Think about it. If I take, now watch this, guys. If I take drink X, X stands for my cups of my drink. And Y stands for cups of my Y drink. So every cup of my X drink is multiplied by 60 calories plus, watch this, guys, every Y cup gets multiplied by 60 also. And that should equal how many that should be at least 300 calories, okay? So there we go. Do you see what I did? Every cup of the X drink is 60 calories. So times 60. Every cup of the Y drink gets multiplied by 60. 60 calories. When you add up all those calories, they should be greater than or equal to 300. You want at least 300 calories. Okay? Now let's talk about vitamin A. Drink X. Every cup of drink X gets multiplied by 12 because there are 12 vitamin A units in each cup. Drink Y has 6 units. Okay? And so when you add up all of your vitamin A, it had better be greater than or equal to 26 because you want at least 26 units of vitamin A. Now, probably by now you're getting the hang of this. It's not too difficult. Now, vitamin C. Drink X. Every cup has 10 units. Plus, every cup of your Y drink has 30. So, if we add up all of these units of vitamin C, it should be greater than or equal to 9 always told my students, always check for what I call common sense constraints. Now the word constraints can also mean inequalities. Okay? Common sense inequalities are common sense constraints. Think about it. How could you drink negative cups of X? You can't. So you know X must be greater than or equal to 0. Always ask yourself, students, when you're done taking all the information and writing your inequalities, always ask yourself, are there any common sense constraints? Okay? Now, your cups of your Y drink, you can't drink negative cups. Alright? So Y is greater than or equal to 0. So there we go. Now if you look at, well, you don't have to look in your book, but if you did, you would see they graphed the this inequality system, okay? Now, sometimes we'll graph them, sometimes we won't. I'm not going to do it in your notes, but if you're a little unsure of yourself, there are 4 homework problems for this lesson, and we are going to graph 3 of those. So in your homework, you'll get some practice. And one other thing I want to show you, this is really helpful. If you were to graph this system, look how you can reduce each equation. 60 goes into all of these. So this equation here is totally fine the way it is, but you can rewrite it as x plus y is greater than or equal to 5. Because 60 goes into 61, 60 goes into 61s, and 60 goes into 35 times. Now look at these numbers. 2 goes into all of these numbers. So you can write it 6x plus 3y is greater than or equal to 13. Look at this. 10 goes into all of these, so it'll be x plus 3y is greater than or equal to 9. So before you start graphing with all of these big numbers over here, you can do that and you'll get it right. But I would recommend that you would first reduce the inequalities. It does make it easier, but that's up to you, okay? Alright, that's it for the video. I hope it's been a help to you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call or email.